Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Rama
Hare Krishna Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyev च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. शीला प्रभुपाद की जय. Assembled devotees की जय. Hare Krishna. May I know who all joined this morning?
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Jai Shri Prabhupada. This is from Atlanta. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Priti Vilasni Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your sweet association. Welcome to the call.
Hare Krishna,
Mataji. Anybody would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. Yashwamati from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashwamati Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Hare Krishna, is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept the humble obeisances. Acaryas Srila Prabhupada, this is Sudevi.
Hare Krishna, Sudevi. Welcome to the call. Thank you for joining in.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Shashidhar from San Antonio. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shashidhar Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Prabhu, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Flavia from Atlanta.
Hare Krishna, Flavia Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining and giving your association. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves?
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. I'm Prerana and I have my mother Sujata. So we're joining in from Bangalore.
Hare Krishna, Prerana Mataji, Hare Krishna, Sujata Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining in. Is this the first time you're joining, Mataji?
No, Mataji, we join.
Okay, welcome to the call, Mataji. Thank you so much for having joining this call. We are very happy to have you both.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Shyama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shyama Gauri Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining, chanting so beautifully, sharing the screen of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Welcome to the call.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all the devotees assembled on the call. And my prayers to Komodiki Mataji for her speedy recovery. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah, UAE. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for joining all the calls, Mataji. Welcome to the call. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves before we start the recording?
I'll call Prabhu Mataji.
Yeah, I don't know. Usually we'll be on the call on time. Okay. Is there anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Please go ahead. Otherwise, I'll start the recording and read the code and then we can wait for Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. Before we start the class today, we would like to read Srila Prabhupada's quote, June 2nd. Krishna is so grateful. If you give little service to Krishna, Krishna sincerely, with little service to Krishna sincerely, Krishna will never forget you. And he is so powerful. If Krishna becomes your friend and Krishna remembers you, then what you want more? Just imagine. So Krishna is here. It is said, Krishna Daivata. Fix up your mind in Krishna and be happy. June 2nd, 1974. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just make Krishna friend and you be very happy. By joining these calls, we can make always Krishna friend. And today we are very fortunate to have His Grace Sukhakara Krishna Prabhu to enlighten us on the topic of meditation of great Acharya. So this is a series that's going on. So I would like to offer my respectful obeisances to you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for joining and giving your valuable time and association this mid-morning and enlightening us on this topic of Acharyas. Prabhuji, please take over the call.
Thank you, Mataji. Is my voice audible, Mataji? Is it coming?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining the call. So, I want to serve you by singing one song and giving the explanation. So before last Friday, I think Srila Prabhupada's was Parama Karuna Bahu Dvijana Itai Gaura Chandra. And last week was our Amarendra Prabhu's, again it was the Gauranga song only. Gauranga bulite habe pulako shariro. So today I want to continue with the same Gauranga mood only. So I am going to sing that Jai Jai Jagannath Sachir Nandan. See, normally the people think it's a Jagannath song. Actually, the song is Jagannath Mishra and Sachi Mataji's son, Gaurnitai. But again, Jagannath will come in the song, but actually this song is Jagannath Sachir Nandan, written by Basudev Ghosh. This is glories to son of Jagannath and Sachi Mataji. So thank you everybody in the Bhakti Sangha with this such a wonderful group that every day you have continuous program like Nityam Bhagavata Sevya, afternoon Indian time 4:50 to 5:50 we got super Bhagavatam classes, and evening again at 8:30, 9:30 India time it is Chaitanya Bhagavata. So it's so wonderful. Anyone who joins this and they are going every day, 100% back home ticket is guaranteed, provided they are doing all the 16 rounds properly without any Vaishnava Prat. That is very important. Thank you. Hare Krishna. I seek all your blessings to begin my class. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachiranandan Tribhuvani Kore Jar Charana Bandhan. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachiranandan Tribhuvani Kore Jar Charana Bandhan. Nilachale Shankh Chakra Gadha Padmadhar Nadiya Nagare Danda Kamandalukar. Nilachale Shankh Chakra Gadha Padmadhar Nadiya Nagare Danda Kamandalukar. Keho bole puro be Ravan Bodhila Goloker Vaibhav Leela Prakash Korila. Keho bole puro be Ravan Bodhila Goloker Vaibhav Leela Prakash Korila. Jai Jai Jagannath Sachiranandan Tribhuvani Kore Jar Charana Bandhan. Radha Bhave Rebe Goravatar Hare Krishna Nam Gaura Korilo Prochar. Shri Radha Bhave Rebe Goravatar हरे कृष्ण नाम गौरा कोरिलो प्रचार वासुदेव घोष बोले कोरी जोड़ो हाथ जय गौर जय कृष्णा जय जगन्नाथ वासुदेव घोष बोले कोरी जोड़ो हाथ जय गौर जय कृष्णा जय जगन्नाथ जय जय जगन्नाथ सच्चिदानंद भुवने कोरे जार चरण बंधन नीलाचले शंख चक्र गदा पद्मधार नदिया नगरे दंड कमंडलुकार हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम रामा हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे श्री सच्चिदानंद गौर हरि की जय हो, शिला प्रभुपाद की जय हो, ऑल गुरु महाराज की जय हो, ऑल भक्त संगा डिवोटीज की जय हो, ऑल माता जी प्रभु की जय हो। निताय गौर सीतानाथ प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल। So we will start this. First we will take the meaning and then we will see that how Gaura Hari is very important in our life, because for the Kali Yuga, Sachinandan is really Krishna, because Jai Gaur, Jai Krishna, Jai Jagannath. Vasudeva Goswami told that who is Gauranga Mahaprabhu? The same person is Krishna and same person is Jagannath. So 3 in 1, triple acting. The same time all 3 were there. So Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Just an invocation. Om Ajnanati Mirandasya Jnanam Jalachalakaya Chakshurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakathamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Pada Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakan Vitam Cha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusate Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Vishnupataya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharane Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Destarne Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Eva Cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktabinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam karodi vachalam pangam langayate girim ektapadmamande shigurum dinataranam Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Meeshwaram Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. Om Shri Jai Ptaka Macharya Badaye Dagaba Badane Gora Pidatam Jana Gora Gramatar Hari Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. So this song is a very simple song, but with a lot of meaning in it. So Jai Jai Jagannath Sachir Nandan Tribhuvane Korijar Charana Bandhan. That is Sachinandan, Sachi Mata and Jagannath Mishra's child is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sachinandan, and Tribhuvane Korijar Charana Bandhan. So Tribhuvan, all the three worlds, his name has been glorified. And Charana Bandhan, everybody do the worship of the lotus feet of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Neela Chale Shankh Chakra Gada Padmadhar Nadia Nagare Dande Kamandalukar. In Neelachal, with Shankh Chakra Gada Padma, the Vishnu form, Jagannath ji is standing. The same Jagannath is Nadia Nagare Danda Kamandalukar. In one hand is Danda, Sannyasi Danda, in another hand it is Kamandalu, carrying water. The same. So Jagannath ji and Sachinandan is same. Keho bole puro be Ravan badhila. You have heard before that Purva means Purva, before Ravan badhila, who has killed Ravana. Goloker Vaibhavalila Prakash Karina. And Goloka's Vaibhavalila, again he came, when he came as Krishna, he did so many leelas, starting from Putana killing to Trinavarta, and line by line, so many. The main essence of this song is Shri Radha Bhave Rebe Gora Bhatar Hare Krishna Nam Gaura Korilo Prochar. That is he with Radha Bhav. Krishna Varnam, Krishna Avarnam Pusha Krishna. That is, he is not having the color of Krishna, not Neelamega Shama Varna. He is Gauranga color, because here outside is Krishna, Tusha Krishna. He is looking Krishna, but inside is fully Radharani Bhava. So what is happening is completely Radharani only is there, and because he want to taste the bhakti, that's why he has come. There are two reasons. One is he was telling Shrimati Radharani that I really want to know what is this gopis, why you're all behind me, what is that you're getting? That Shrimati Radharani said, for that I cannot explain, I cannot tell you anything. You have to come as a bhakta, then you can do. So he immediately agreed. I don't mind going, but I want you to join me and we'll join venture. So she agreed. But another katha is being told. Just take the call. Well, मेरा class हो रहा है अभी in Bhakti Sangha in USA. You can join. I given the आपको link भेजा है मैं. So Radharani, actually she is coming to Kurukshetra along with all the gopis. And at the time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there in Kurukshetra. And Radharani is telling that I am so happy that you have 16,108 wives who are taking care of you. I was just bothered about you. Who will take care of my Krishna Kanhaiya Lal? She was telling. So, because she's gopi and no enviousness, she's the internal potency. But she said, one thing I want to tell you, that you left us all of a sudden. You went from Vrindavan to Mathura, and from Mathura you never came back. You went to Dwaraka, then you went and had the Hastinapur, the Kurukshetra. We have come now. So you left when you were just 11-year-old. Now you are 100 plus. So after 90 years we are meeting. So you don't know the pain which the gopis have been going through because of the union and separation. Union and separation. Since we are never leaving you, so we get happiness in separation, but again you will come, again you will go. So they are really suffering a lot. So I want you to definitely come to the material world and find out how difficult it is to separate from Krishna. So you must become your own devotee. You should come as a bhakta and find out how it is difficult to keep away from Krishna. We have been cursing Brahmaji. that why did you give the eyelids? We are just closing our Yugayipta Numishena Chakshusha Pravrachaitam Shunyaitam Jagasarvam Govinda Varahan. That every second is like 12 years. On Yuga is 12 years, like that they have been telling. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is coming because there's a pressure from Srimati Radharani, and also he also wanted to experience. So then Radharani said, I will not come outside Vrindavan, I want Vrindavan. So he said, I will create Vrindavan. So Mayapur and Vrindavan is non-different. So we then Radha Bhavet Eve Gora Bhatar Hare Krishna Nam Gaura Korino Prachar, and he just preached Hare Krishna Mahamantra so much, and he rediscovered Vrindavan. There was no Vrindavan, was totally lost after Krishna left. He went back to Godhead. Almost after 500 years only Mahaprabhu has come. So just 500 years back Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. So there was a gap of 4,500 years after Krishna left. So Uddhav also very sad that Krishna is leaving. Krishna said, I am going to leave my Srimad Bhagavatam and me are not different. But there was no physical presence, and slowly the Brahminical qualities came down. That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came. And then Vasudev Ghosh is telling in the end, Kori Jodo Hath, you have to just say Namaskar, say Pranam, Jai Gaur, Shai Krishna, Shai Jagannath. Whomsoever they are calling as Sachinandan Gaura Hari, who is calling as Krishna, Shyam Sundar, Radha Madhav, Shai Jagannath, Jagannath, Baldev, Sudramai ki Jai Ho. So here we are understanding that all three are same. So now we'll just take some reflections that how in the Radha Bhav, Mahaprabhu, how he is important, what all the Leelas he did to revive the Krishna Prema. Because people forgot about Srimati Radharani. There was no Vrindavan at all. So we will just take it. Important points. Srila Prabhupada says that Brahma Vipralipsa. This is the term Srila Prabhupada used. This shows that after Krishna left and before Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, people were totally into imperfect senses, totally getting illusioned, cheating mentality. These are the defects of the conditioned souls. So in Kali Yuga, people were suffering. And Krishna did a lot of operations after he left. Because people started misusing the yajnas and people were doing a lot of cutting of animals and all, Bali. And then that's why he first brought Buddha to stop the Dharmam Charanam Gacchami, Buddham Charanam Gacchami. Then after Buddha came, there was again, everything was stopped. Meeting was stopped, but there was no puja. Then Shankaracharya had to become. And he again established but impersonalism. Then Ramanujacharya came and Madhavacharya. Like that, the Vaishnava, then Gaudiya Sampradaya, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took over. So that's how Mahaprabhu has come. So here what we understand, being a conditioned soul, because we are all superimposed by such conditions of the speech. So what I request all of you is, Paramahamsas, you are all, Bhakti Sangha, I find they are all Paramahamsas. So like the Hamsa will take the milk and leave the water. So whatever I am speaking, the good one you take it, the which one I'm going wrong, please excuse me. So you find a big importance of Prabodhananda Saraswati. Prabodhananda Saraswati is one of the Ashtasakis. And Prabodhananda Saraswati is Alabhata Goswami's father is Venkatapata Goswami. In Prabodhananda Saraswati also, the Gaudiya Sampradaya, he took initiation from Madhavendra Puri, and his Madhavendra Puri's disciple, Ishwar Puri, became Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guru. But Prabodhananda Saraswati understood the Sachinandan Gaura Hari is Shyama Sundara. He understood. So that's why he wrote a book called Sri Chaitanya. Actually, Chaitanya Charitamrita was written by Krishnadas Kaviraj, and Prabodhananda Saraswati Chaitanya Chandramrita. If you see that book, in that book he has really brought how the Mahaprabhu brought the lovingly and attentively. If you listen to the chanting, then you will have inside Lord Krishna coming and removing the darkness of the heart. So Prabodhananda Saraswati, he has glorified Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and he told Ekas Chaitanya Chandra. There is only one Chaitanya Chandra, enough. And he's actually, when you catch hold of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet, Nityananda Prabhu automatically comes because Gaura is twins, and that is Balramji. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is completely with Radha Bhav. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, Gadadhar is next to him always. Gadadhar Pandit and Radharani. And when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is there, Advaita Acharya, Vishnu and Sadachiv Avatar. Then you got the topmost Vaishnav, Srivas Thakur, Narada Muni. So this Pancha Tattva is a very, very strong. And so Prabodhananda Saraswati is telling in the book, he's telling that like Chaitanya, Ekas Chaitanya Chandra, so here he's telling he came to the material world and he invented this, rediscovered Koveda Atra Vrinda. That means there was no question of entering into the pastime of Vrindavan. When Mahaprabhu went to the Mathura side, he could not see. There was no Radha Kund, there was no Shyam Kund, nothing. Vrindavan was totally some paddy field. So he was so sad. He said, where is my Radha Kund? Where is my Shyam Kund? And then he saw Radha Kund, they're calling as Gori Khet. And Shyam Kund, they're calling as Kari Khet. He said, what is this Khet? And he told, this is not Gori Khet, Kari Khet. This is Gori Khet, means this Radha Kund, where Srimati Radharani, who is Gori. That's why it is white. And the Kari Khet, you're calling it this Shyam Sundar. This Neela Mega Shyama Varna, this is dark color. So this whole thing, he revived and he took the assistance of all the Goswamis. 6 Goswamis. That is Srila Sanatana Goswami, Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Gopala Bhatta Goswami, and Jiva Goswami. The 3 Goswamis are family members. Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, his brother is Anupam Goswami, his son is Jiva Goswami. And the other 3 are Raghunath Das, Raghunath Bhatta, and Gopala Bhatta. So Gopala Bhatta is from Sri Rangam. He's actually from the Sri Sampradaya family, but he came to Gaudiya Math. And the Radha Raman became famous because of him. And Radha Raman is a mixture of Radha Madan Mohan, Radha Govind, and Radha Gopinath. All 3 in 1. 3 in 1. And some people say that there's no Radharani because Radharaman is also representing Gaur Nitai. So inside is Radharani. So Prabodhananda Saraswati says that I totally want to glorify Mahaprabhu because Mahaprabhu is not an avatar. He's Swayam Krishna. So he is explaining how Mahaprabhu came to Vrindavan and he was walking in the town of Vrindavan and he could see there is no Radha Kund, Shyam Kund, there is no Vrindavan, the 12 vanas are not there. But when he came and stood there, tears started coming from his eyes, shivering, kampan was happening, unconscious. Then he was getting goosebumps and then his voice was getting choked. So he understood that this is only Radha Kund and Shyam Kund. So he, with the help of all the Goswamis, he rediscovered, there he's telling, he found Madhuvan, Mahavan, Talvan, Kumudvan, Khadirvan, Bandirvan, Belvan, Tapovan, Lohavan, Vrindavan. You know, they call it as Dwadasha Kanana, Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna, Jaya Vrindavan. In this song, they'll be coming as Dwadasha Kanana. So all the 12 forest was reinvented, rediscovered by Chaitanya. And this was the first mission. The second mission, what Gaurachandra did was Kova Janati Radha Parama Chammakkara. That means he rediscovered Srimati Radharani because Radharani is inside. And he found out and he rediscovered. No one knows the level of Srimati Radharani's Krishna Prema. She is love personified, Prem personified. And it is described here that Sri Radha Bhave Rebe Gora Avatar Hare Krishna Nam Gaura Korilo Prochar, Vasudev Ghosh Bole, Kori Jodo Haat, Jai Gaur, Jai Krishna, Jai Jagannath. So this song is only showing that Radha Bhav, Mahaprabhu coming was mainly for Radha Bhav. So the second mission was Jodhi Gaur na hoito, tabe ki hoito, Radhar Mahima Pre. Actually, Radhar Mahima Prema Rasi Sima. There's no Sima, there's no limit for the Prema. Kamono Dhore Kande. He was crying by telling Radharani's name. So, Jodhi Gaur na hoito, tabe ki hoito, Kamono Dhore Kande. So, he rediscovered the level of Radharani's Krishna Prema, not only discovered Srimati Radharani's Prema, but also showed us how to get the Prema. He opened the complete Bhandara of Prema for every one of us. And he showed us the way how we can attain the Krishna Prema. So there are 9 processes of bhakti he showed, and there are 9, the 9 processes of bhaktis are Adav Shraddha, Tata Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. So Adav Shraddha is having little faith that yes, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. And then after that, to get it more, Tata Sadhu Sangha, associate with devotees. Then the next stage is Bhajana Kriya, to worship Sri Hari. Then once you start doing these things, then you start chanting Anartha Nivritti. That is internal cleaning, because outside we may wear tilaka and nice dress and all, but inside the heart, because of so many times we have taken life, 80 lakh as animal, plant, and then 4 lakh as human being. So the internal cleaning is possible only by Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. When all the syllables, 16-worded mantra is so powerful, when it is properly pronounced and when it goes inside our ears, it'll go inside. So the chanting is, the priority is on Krishna, because Krishna likes somebody chants. And Srimati Radharani likes if somebody listens, because she's Smaranam. The Bhagavatam completely Smaranam. Radharani only got the total mood. Even when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came, they were reading every day 3 hours Srimad Bhagavatam. And Mahaprabhu will tell, please read the 7th canto. Because to go to the 10th canto, 7th canto is the visa. Without 7th canto, you cannot get the Trinadapi Suni Chena Taro Repi Sahishnuna Amanina Manaden Kirtaniya Sadahari. That is, Prahlad Maharaj's mood has to come to attain the Gopis and Radharani's mood. So that's why 7th canto is full of Prahladas. And 10th canto full of Krishna. And all other cantos you will find there will be 2-3 different things. You know, the Rishabh Dev will be there, Bharat will be there, like that. But this 7th was completely kept for. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to read, tell Radharani to read in Gambhira 10 chapters, which is all Prahlada's teachings. And Anyor, 108 times he told to read. And if you see Srila Prabhupada also, he emphasized on 7th canto. So 7th canto is really very important. All the cantos are important, but 7th canto is very important because where Prahlad Maharaj showed us very important tool which we can get the lotus feet of Krishna. How? Prahlad Maharaj said 3 things we have to really get into it. First one is compassion. That is Jeev Daya. You should have compassion for all the living entities. And he had compassion for his father, who was punishing him like left, right, and center. But he never got annoyed. He said, Krishna, please make my father understand. He's not understanding. So his father did so much torture, but he tolerated. And then he also tried to give the knowledge to his friends, Asuri friends. They all became devotees. He preached the Guru also. Sanda and Amarka, Shukracharya's sons. So Prahlada showed us how we should be compassionate. What Lord Krishna told in 18th chapter, whoever will give out my message to others, they are very close to me and I am close to them. Same thing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also told, Jare deke tare kohe Krishna upadesh, amar agya guru hona tara desh. It's not that we have to deliver a class 1 hour, 2 hours and all. If you learn 2 lines, just pass the 2 lines and Mahaprabhu is making you a guru to pass the message. That's all. So then Prahlad Maharaj has told, first one is compassion, second one is tolerance. The one good example Srila Prabhupada gives. Suppose you get one day your wife is cooking, salt is more in the dal. So normally what happens? You get irritated. How the salt is more today, you shout. But Prabhupada said that we should think that this Krishna is allotted. Without Krishna's permission, nothing comes. Whether there is a little more spicy or hot or less salt or more salt, immediately we should think we are in the Vrindavan and we are all Madhukari and we are going to begging alms, Bhavati Bhikshandehi. So if somebody gives you khichdi and with more salt, can you tell them that why did you put more salt? Next day you say, Prabhuji, udhar dusre ghar mein chale jaiye. So you have to just keep your mouth shut and take. So this is what Prahlad tolerated. He was thrown from the mountain. He was put into the fire. Holika, his sister, tried to kill him. And then he was put inside the water. Then snakes were thrown onto him. Poison was given to him by his own father. He was put in between the ice cubes. But every time Narsimhadev came and asked that, how you had pain? He said, no, I was absorbed in chanting, attentive chanting, awareness of chanting, and absorbed chanting. So I was so much there. I was holding the hand of Krishna. So I didn't get any pain. Same thing Haridas Thakur also. He was beaten up by so many 22 marketplaces. But he was just chanting. And the chanting saved. And he was also telling, please, Gauranga Mahaprabhu, please don't punish them. They are beating me with ignorance, avidya. Because of that, Mahaprabhu stopped his chakra, so put it in pocket, and he opened his back and he got all the hitting. Same thing was shown by Basudev Ghosh also. When Mahaprabhu said, I want to save everybody, but all are sinful. Immediately Vasudev Datta said that, I will take all the sins. You take everyone, go back home, back to Godhead, to Golok Vrindavana. I will suffer and 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 then come. Mahaprabhu embraced him, that everyone should have so much of compassion to help others. If that comes, then Krishna becomes very, very close to our heart. So then Mahaprabhu, he showed us this. Then after Bhajana Kriya, then Anartha Nivritti, cleaning. And next is Nishtha. Nishtha means you become firm faith. When Nishtha comes, then you will never go down, slide down. Till Anartha Nivritti, the Nama Bhas. From Nishtha stage, it goes up to the Bhava and Shuddhana will come. So after Nishtha means one becomes very fixed up. And then Ruchi, you develop the taste of chanting and Bhagavatam and everything. And next comes Asakti. One becomes attached to Krishna. Krishna won't leave. Once you hold Krishna's hand, Krishna won't leave. Putana came to kill Krishna. But the moment she took Krishna, Krishna said that when somebody holds my hand, I will never leave their hand. And she flew up and said, Krishna, I never knew you are the Lord. I would have never come. She said, I thought you were a small boy. And she wanted to throw him, but Krishna never left. Krishna just was catching. And Krishna took her back home, back to God. Even now, she is the nurse for Yashoda Maya. So this is what the beauty of Krishna. Once you hold Krishna's hand, Krishna won't leave you. Even if you leave, Krishna won't leave. So then after the asakti is bhava. Bhava means one gets spiritual emotions. You don't know what you're doing. All this bhava, that is this voice getting choked and tears will come and romanch will happen, goosebumps will come and there will be shivering of the body. And the last is prema, attains ecstatic love. That is, you become like mad. So Mahaprabhu showed all these things when he And after these 9 stages, there is Prema, there are different categories. That is Sneha Prema, Raga Prema, Prema Prema, Marga Prema, Anuraga Prema, Mahabhav Prema, Mohanaki Mahabhav Prema, Vadanaki Mahabhav Prema. So there are so many Prema levels are there. But that is only for Srimati Radharani and Gopis. We can just touch the Prema. Once you touch the Prema, the Bhakti Lada beach, which our Guru Maharaj is putting inside our heart, it will grow, it will go to Golok Vrindavan, it will touch the lotus feet of Srimati Radharani and Krishna, and then the fruit will come. When the fruit comes, that is the Prema. The heart Prema will come. So Srimati Radharani, everybody forgot the name, but Mahaprabhu revived. And Mahaprabhu revealed all the places of Radharani pastime, that is the Barsana Dham, and where they got married also. And Mahaprabhu took trouble in showing everyone how to attain Krishna Prema. Like a mother forcibly gives the medicine to a child to get out of the sickness, Mahaprabhu made us this chanting, the Bhavarog is the material world, and Bhava Aushadhi is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So this, he was like a mother because he was in the Radharani mood. He made Nityananda Prabhu to go and just Namahata. He said just open market. So there is one song also on the Namahata, so it will take more time. So Nityananda Prabhu said, you just say Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. He said, Mahaprabhu said, you tell them the chant. But Nityananda Prabhu told that just say Gaura, Gaura, Gaura. He is telling, if you chant the whole name of Gauranga, I will come free. Buy one, get one free. Take one and get one free. So you just say Gauranga, I will be free. Similarly, Mahaprabhu, he was a golden color and took Radharani's heart and made open all his Leela Sthali, Seva Kunj, all the things he opened. The Rasa Sthali for all of us. So much Karuna he had. And the final thing he's teaching us is, how did Chaitanya Mahaprabhu give all this Krishna Prema? See, in the Satya Yuga, it was only tapasya. And they don't know about Prema at all. They can go only up to liberation level. And in Treta Yuga, it was Yajna. Again, Krishna Prema they can't reach. And Dwapar Yuga, it was Dwapare Paricharyaya, temple worship. But only in Kali Yuga, Kalir Dosa Nanjaya Rajan, Hasti Eko Madguna, Kirtana Deva Krishna se Mukta Sangha Parambraje. So they all stopped at the Mukti level. But Mahaprabhu showed us how we can go back home, back to Godhead and Krishna Prem by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Just by chanting the holy name sincerely and without doing any aparad. Few things Mahaprabhu taught us. Quality chanting. We can chant fast. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. But everything should be heard. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Because some people will say, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare, not Hare. Everything should be Hare, Ha. And sometimes people will chant fast. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Vare they tell. And sometimes people will tell, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna. Only one Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare is meant. So once you don't listen carefully, this will become aparad, nam aparad. So you can do fast. Our Guru Maharaj chants very fast. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram. But he is very attentively chanting. But we will do fast and we will see the time and we will miss the one syllable, two syllable. So that is not correct. So the quality should be good. Quantity should be not 16. Prabhupada told only 16 minimum. And people think in Kali Yuga that, oh, 16 round over finished, tomorrow we'll see. No. 64 was the standard. But when he was telling 64, all the American, the devotees, they said, no, Prabhupada, Not for then Prabhupada said 32. No, 32. No. 16 finish, 16 minimum. Like that, he just closed them. Otherwise, they would have told 8 and 4 and 2. So, what Mahaprabhu says, chanting through tongue and mouth. There should be friction. When two wooden pieces are scratched, after some time the fire may come. So, what we have to do is, our mouth and tongue should always keep chanting. Once it keeps chanting, then automatically fire will come. And what is that fire? It creates a fire inside the heart where you will find a separation of Cham Sundara. So we have to consciously chant 16 rounds. But wherever we go, whether we are taking bath, whether we are cooking, Kama karte chalo, Nama japte chalo, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. You are doing any chapati making or anything, you are doing dal, or you're doing washing, or doing in the washroom, anytime, 24, niyamena, there is no niyam and rule. So, and also another, this Cheto Darpana, these 8 mantras, which Mahaprabhu made, all the 8 are just telling the importance of chanting. So there in the Cheto Darpana, there is a forest fire, and to forest fire to stop, Anandam Budivardhanam Pradiptam Purna Amrita Swadanam. So there will be tears coming from our eyes, and that will stop the forest fire. So the ecstatic love for Krishna, which is hidden inside, will be revealed. So the 8 Shikshastaka every day one should chant, understand. With the second one, Nam Nam Akari Bhoda, again telling about the name, holy name, Nija Sarva Sakti. Krishna has put all the energy in all the names of Krishna. And Trinada Pisuni is the most important. Radhanath Maharaj always says that Trinada Pisuni Chena Tarora Pisahishnuna Amani Namanadena Kirtaniya Sadari. See the classic example in the 6th canto we are doing Chitraketu. Chitraketu Maharaj, he was a very wonderful king, and he had a desire to have a son. He married crores, millions of wives, but he didn't get. And when the Rishi blessed him, he said, you can get a son, but it'll be short-lived. Harsha Shoka, we are now reading in the Bhagavatam. Then the child is killed by the other queens because of enviousness. Then both Prabhu, Chitraketu Maharaj and his wife, both are crying, and they're really, then Narada Muni comes and they explain. And they're explaining, and he becomes a pure devotee. He sees Lord Krishna directly, which is going to be come now. He will see Sankarshan, and he will directly in this body he's seeing. But what happened after he met Sankarshan, when he came out, he was seeing Lord Shiva giving Srimad Bhagavatam class, and Lord Shiva is Vaishnavana, Mehta, Shambho, Narada Muni, everybody is listening. Sukhadeva Goswami, big team. And Chitraketu saw Lord Shiva is having Parvati Devi sitting on his lap in his janga, and then he's giving class and also embracing her. So he became proud because he has met Krishna, Sankarshan. So he told, I know Lord Shiva, you are a great Vaishnava, elevated Vaishnava, but I don't understand that why with Parvati Mata you are doing embracing him. Actually, no one else told, but why he told? The proudness, he got proud. Because I already seen Krishna, I can do anything. So this is what Trinada Pisanichana Tarorapi Saishtuna. At any point, we should not become proud, and we should not comment about anybody. And Shiva didn't take it seriously, he just smiled. And all others also smiled. But Parvati Devi said, no. What Prabhupada is a rascal you have done? Rascaldom? You are telling fault about Shiva, who is the greatest Vaishnava. And then in the same sloka, she is telling that you are my dear son. If you see the particular sloka, he is telling you are rascal and you are my son. I want to punish, I want to teach you a lesson that you should not become proud. And Chitraketu, he was actually having power to curse back Parvati Devi, but he didn't do. See, the Vaishnavas are all so good. Whenever they get a curse, Parikshit Maharaj got the curse, he just accepted it. He took it as an opportunity that I'm going to serve Krishna. And he said, Mate, I done a mistake. I should have never commented about Lord Shiva. It's my mistake. So she told, you're going to go to a demoniac kingdom. You're going to become an Asura. He accepted it. Vritrasur. Then you know the story comes. So that Trinada Biswanichan is very important. If you are not humble and if you are not tolerant and if you are not, you should not talk about anybody. Even material people also don't talk. Today they may not be devotee. Tomorrow they will become devotee. Then this curse will come. So, and then fourth one, Ainanda, then Nadhanam na Janma Sundarim. They should have no interest for women, wealth, anything, nothing. Mama Janmani Janmation, life after life. I just want to be, I have to be just your servant and just keep serving you. And the fifth one also, it is Ainanda Tanuja Kinkaram. I Nanda Tanuja, that is Nanda Maharaja's son. Tanuja means son. Kinkaram. Kimkara means kya karna hai? Kimkara. Let me become your servant. Kinkara. Mama Janmil Janmil Bhavata Bhakti Rahit. Just said, I want to serve. The next one, Nainam Kalata Sudhare, again chanting. I'm not getting tears, I'm not getting romance, I'm not getting kampan, I'm not getting. So again chanting. The seventh, Yugayita Nimishena Chakshusha Pravisam, Shunyaitam Jagat Sarvam, Govinda Virahenme. Even 1 second I'm missing is they are cursing Brahma. The last one also asks this Slava Padam. You can either embrace me and break my bones, or you can throw me, but never leave me. That's what Mahaprabhu is. So in these 8 verses, he showed us everything. And then the Navavida Bhakti also, the Sankirtana, Shravana Kirtana, Smarana Vandana, Pada Sevana, Dasyari, Pujana Sakhi Jana, Atma Nivedana, Govinda Dasa Abhilashari. For 1-1, there is 1 Acaryas. For Shravanam, it is Parishit Maharaj. Kirtanam, Sukadeva Goswami. Smaranam, Prahlad Maharaj. Like that for all the 9. So you can take 1 and go back home, back to God. But Mahaprabhu told for us, Shravana, Kirtana, Smarana, 3 things. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. When you listen carefully, the Smaranam will come. When Smaranam comes, see, Krishna is Govinda. Radharani is Ra. So Govinda Go and Radharani is Ra. So when you chant properly, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna is happy. Govinda has started. When you listen carefully, then Radharani, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. This is a Yajna Kunda. And the chanting is the ghee. So the tongue is the vatika, the spoon. So properly chant and put it inside. Govinda Go is coming and listening Radharani Ra. Gora, 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 Gora. Like that Gora has come. And when they go inside, Govinda, Radharani, Sangha. Go, Ra, Anga. Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. It goes inside. And when Mahaprabhu goes inside, Nityananda Prabhu also, Pancha Tattva is there. And they will make everything, Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Madhamasara will go off. Adhyatmik, Klesha, Adi Devik, Klesha, Adi Bhautik, all the Tripad Jantana will go off. And then you will be Janma, Mritu, Jara, Vyadhi, it will go away from you. Then you can go and have an eternal life. So for this, Ekas Chaitanya is only giving, now he's giving the tips, how we can get the treasure of Sri Sachinandan Gaurahari by chanting Harinam, Krishna Avarnam, Tusha Krishna. There's not the same color of Krishna, but Tusha, the face is like Krishna. Sango Pangasa Bhashta, the Pancha Tattva is always there. Sango Pangasa Bhashadam. Yajna is Sankirtan Pray, but the Yajna is Sankirtan Yajna. For Kali Yuga is Sankirtan Yajna. That is mainly, Praya means predominantly Sankirtan. Yajanti, who is chanting this Sankirtana always, Sumedasa. Medasa means intelligent. Sumedasa means very intelligent. So this sloka is very important for us. we must ensure full day, we must have this clicker in our hand. Wherever we go, there is one Anand Vrindavan Prabhu, who is Radhanath Maharaj's disciple. He has given so many lectures. So he says, even if some relatives come, he will be always chanting. You go to the office, some big, they are telling about budgets. The past year budget was like this, the bottom line is like this. The same thing they will talk for 4 hours. See, we can see the monthly budget should come and there will be variance, and we should see that, we should cross that. So what you can smile, keep your clicker in the pocket. You can listen, but inside the tongue and the mouth are chanting. When that is happening, automatically Krishna is, always remember Krishna is just, you have to keep the tongue and mouth. Keep on working. Consciously, unconsciously. My Guru Maharaj, Mahaprabhu has told, even the night, 2 o'clock, click, 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 clicker is happening. When he got this liver transplantation and kidney transplantation, for so much time he could not chant. And there was 900 rounds pending. But what he told Mahaprabhu, as soon as I'm free, I will do every day 16 rounds and I will do also pending. So he did 900 plus 500, 1,400. He said, I cheated Prabhupada, I could not chant. So this my penalty for 900 is again 50% more. And you got so many other Maharaj, they are chanting. And once Radhanath Maharaj was in Vrindavan, so other Maharaj said that we are all bringing our Saligram Chila, Gaurmita, you're not bringing anything. So he said, I am not so qualified. For me, all the Chila is in chanting. This bead is my Chila. So he's so humble, Radhanath Maharaj. So he showed us that if you chant continuously 24 hours, no, you have been taken care. One Mataji in Bombay, she lost her husband, not in Bombay, Delhi. And she had 2 kids. Only 10,000 rupees was coming as a pension from her husband's this one. And then she went to Gopal Krishna Maharaj and said, what do I do? He said, chanting can help you. She got a job, 10,000 job. So she went to the school and she started chanting 16 rounds. Morning she will get up at 4, finish chanting, feed the children, breakfast, lunch, drop them in the school, go to the school and come back in the evening. After 3 months, nothing happened. She told Gopal Krishna Maharaj, kuch hua nahi. Badao, 32 rounds. She did 16 in the morning, 16 in the evening. After coming, finishing dinner, children will sleep. She will chant till 11 o'clock and sleep and get up at 4 o'clock. The moment she did 32 rounds, within 2 months, the salary got into 30,000, 10 to 30, 3 times. So she told, Abhi bhi chahiye paisa, I want to take one house. Aur badao. She did 64 rounds. So much faith. Morning, 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock, and evening again, 3 hours, like 6 hours, she finished 64 rounds. In 1 year, she got another job for 1 lakh rupees. 10,000 became 1 lakh. Then she bought one house, rented house, 1 house, 2 house, and now she is doing 128 rounds. So Gopal Krishna Maharaj asked, why are you chanting more now? Now I don't want money. My son also has got a job and I'm getting everything. I am just chanting so that I should not leave chanting. So it was only for getting material benefit Krishna showed, but now she says, I don't want anything. But I don't want to miss chanting. So she's doing 128 rounds. And she used to go to some programs, some relatives, marriage and all, and everyone will come to her. She'll say, you chant, Krishna will give. So the line lag jayega, 20 people, 30 people standing. She's having katha, I'm chanting. So like that, so many people got connected. And one lady, her son, daughter was failing, Muslim lady. And she told, Madam, aap jara aap jo bhi kar rahe ho, usko bhi batao na, wo fail ho raha hai. Chanting karne ko bolo. The girl was in class 8. She started chanting 16 rounds. Within 6 months, she passed and she got first in the class. The father said, Mataji, inko, if you want, you can make her Hindu. She said, Prabhupada never told to change religion. All the Christians, they didn't change religion. Chanting they added. Then automatically they became Brahmanas. So that girl is now chanting, or the whole family is chanting 16 rounds now. Chanting is so important. So we can do worship of Gaur Nitai, Gaur Hari. We can do deity worship. We can serve Guru and Vaishnava. We can cook for Gaur Chandra. We can make garland for all these things we can do at home. If you don't have Gaur Nitai deities, you can have photo also. But when he became the Prakat Leela, when he came, he showed us, first he did Vad Vivad. When he was young, he did the same pastimes like Krishna. Then when he was Kaumaram, he defeated logically lot of Digvijay Pandits also he defeated. So he proved that what is important. Then he went to Ishwarpuri, to Gaya, and he got initiated. And then he's telling his Guru Maharaj, Kiho mantra dilo goshai, kibo tara bol, japite japite ei mantra koribe pagol. What mantra given? I am chanting and chanting. I am becoming a mad person. Like that he's telling. Japite japite ei mantra korilo pagol. Pagol means mad. And Ishwarpuri is replying, Hare Krishna Mahamantra Jai Jape Shei Hoi Jai Radha Krishna Re Bhave. That whoever is chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra, they get Radha Krishna Bhava. Like that he also replied. So those who chant this mantra properly, attentively, without aparadh, will surely attain Krishna Prema. This was Ishwarpuri's this one. And Mahaprabhu, after initiation, he started chanting in the morning. Then whole day he will do Nagar Sankirtan, go to different houses, will tell Nityananda Prabhu, Haridas Thakur. And then evening again after that, he will go to Srivas Thakur's house and whole night Sankirtan. He was having a spiritual body, so no sleep. They can live without eating, without sleeping. And Mahaprabhu never fixed up 16 rounds or 32 rounds or 64 rounds. Because our Shastra is telling, Nama Sankirtanam Yaknya, Namastasyan Chumam Partha, Nitya Yukta Upasite, Satatam Kirtayanto Mam Yatandasya Dridhabrita, Namastasyan Chumam Partha, Nitya Yukta Upasite. So Satatam. Once Lokanath Maharaj told Prabhupada, one of our disciples is chanting 20 rounds, is it okay? Prabhupada said, 16 is the minimum. You can chant 160 rounds also. You didn't understand. And then Prabhupada says, this 16 mala, 16 plus 4 extra is there. So some people, they put 16 plus 4, 20 rounds we are doing. No, that 4 extra is given because 16 and you have to take 1. That means 16 is over. 32, take 1 more. 48, 6. So that 4 is for 16 into 4. So 64, everybody should try to do. And Mahaprabhu says, while bathing time you can do, while walking, while talking, while sleeping, the office inside the tongue you can keep doing. So once some devotee came from Tamil Nadu, he said, Delhi, how is ISKCON temple? Did you like? Acha laga? He said, temple is good, but like in South India, we've got big bells, no bells. There are 10,000 bells, Prabhupada said. Where? 10,000. All are chanting inside our mouth, the bell. It's continuously ringing. Then he said, we don't need bell outside. Bell is inside. So all our slokas are Satatam Kirtayantam. Satatam means always. Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. Bhagavad Gita, 8th chapter, 7th verse. Ma Manusmara Yuddhacha. That means till end you have to keep chanting, remembering me. Then Sarva means again every time. Nityam means Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Ananya Sintam. There is no other thought, only about Krishna. And Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu. Then Sarvada. So all the slokas are telling everything continuous, nirantar. So we can chant loudly. Srila Haridas Thakur should chant 64 rounds. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare. Next 64 rounds, his voice used to go off. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. The third 64, he will just, because the whole body is charged, he'll just keep on chanting. So like that 192 rounds. So you can do softly, but we should not chant. Sometimes the people just We do shoo, 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 means that snake will come. You will become a snake. Haridas Thakur did because his voice, he has already shouted and chanted 64 rounds. So we have got energy to talk, but when chanting comes, train will go. Loud chanting, when the loudness, the throat has gone, soft chanting, lips closed, chanting inside, kirtan loud chanting. If nothing is there, you can write Hare Krishna. The finger, you can, if some meeting is going to write in the table, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. That means our whole senses should be used for chanting. In the lockdown period now, most of them are doing online work. So they can do 64 and try. 1 month you do 64, then the 64 won't leave you. You may stop, but the chanting won't leave you. But unless we chant and we preach, they won't accept. Prabhupada was pure because he was chanting, that's why others agree. But if I don't chant and I tell you to chant 64 rounds, it'll never happen. So we have to do. One Mataji went with her child to a doctor and told, my son is taking always molasses. Good khara, kya karna hai? For the next Sunday out. Next Sunday, he told, no, don't eat good. Diabetes ho jayega. Don't eat sweet so much. Then Mataji said, why you didn't tell last week? Last week I was also eating good. So 1 week I stopped. Now only I'm getting qualified to tell them. We have seen in our Bhakti Vikshas, some people are chanting 16 rounds, only 2 members coming. They made it 32, 12 members are coming. They made it 64, 25 members are coming without calling. Mahamantra is so powerful. So Mahaprabhu, he showed that this is the only thing in the Kali Yuga. Anything you can get, even money you can get. But we don't chant for money. So if you see the Shastras, 18.65, Manmanama Madbhakta. Always remember Krishna. Namaskar Krishna. Madhya Jimante Pratijane Priyos 9.34 and 18.65. 18.66, Sarva Dharman Paritej Jamamekam Saranam Raja Aham Tvam Sarvapapepyo Mokshishchai Machcha. So Krishna told that you have to surrender to me. But Mahaprabhu said, Krishna, in Kali Yuga they won't do that. You just chant. Not Mamekam, Namekam Saranam Raja. Nityananda, they can't do so much and all. Because Krishna told, if you get 40 marks, I'll make you pass. You chant. Mahaprabhu said, no, you get 10 marks, 20 marks, I'll make it 40. Nityananda Prabhu said, no need to write also. Write your name in the paper. I'll make it pass. Now, Kali Yuga people say, oh, school aana padega to write the name. So much lazy. Then Prabhupada said, no, don't go to school. Sit at home and just chant. But catch my dhoti. Aapka dhoti pakadna padega. But then Radhanath Maharaj, Japtak Maharaj said, no need to catch anybody. Just chant 16 rounds and follow 4 regular principles. That's all. You'll go back to God. So, if you chant and cook, I am cooking for Gaurnita, I am cooking for Jagannath Baldev Sundar, I am cooking for Shyam Sundar, then it will become like taste for Krishna, transcendently affected. You'll get transcendental taste. But if you chant for your husband, he likes potato curry, my daughter likes pasta, then it will become no transcendental impact. It will be only material. So, if you chant, some meeting is going on in the company. If you chant in the mind, then there will be no political twist. Prabhupada says in the meetings, there will be resolution, then dissolution, and revolution, and no solution. But Prabhupada said, if you chant, resolution, dissolution, revolution, complete solution. So, if you chant and do everything, no, that's why in the morning, before 4 to 7, you have to finish 16 rounds at any cost. And if we increase it, we can see we'll get intoxicated. So, some people start 35 rounds, 25 rounds, 32 rounds. So, we cannot fake it. You have to make it. You cannot tell lies. So, we have to go and first we have to do good for us, then only we can do good for others. So we have to first be truthful to ourselves. So if you want to do good for others, first we have to do good for us. Charity begins at home. And Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Kevalam Kalo, Nasteva, 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 Gatrinata. Actually, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Kevalam. That means Harikanam, 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 and Kevalam means again Harikanam. So 4 times. Kalau Nasteva, Nasteva. Kalau No other thing. No other thing. Let me no other thing mean again Hare ka naam, Hari ka naam, Hari ka naam. Gati randete again. So that means here 8 times he has told to chant. Hare Rama, 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 Hare Rama. The sloka is made in a different way, but actually it is telling you to just tell Hari's Nama. And another thing, what Prabhupada says, that if you make the ruchi in chanting, if you do 64 rounds now, when we get old, then we cannot do book distribution. We cannot carry 200 books, 300 books, and we cannot make flowers, ice, we cannot put inside the needle. We cannot do arati and all, the hands will be paining. We cannot stand and do the arati. We cannot sit and do the vyasasana. The back will pain. So if you get the taste of chanting, if all other services stops, you can sit in the corner and just keep chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And the family members also say, oh, Dadaji is keep on chanting. They'll be happy. The whole family will benefit. So pandemic came in 1820 and 1920. Again Corona in 2020. So every 100 years is coming. So we should know one thing. Yudhishthir told when Yamaraj came and asked that what is the most amazing thing in the world? Ahani ahani bhutani gachanti ama mandiram. Every day people are dying. Our father dying, grandfather dying, friends dying, Corona, young boys also dying. But I always feel I will die after 100 years. Even a beggar, if you tell you want to go to Vaikuntha, no, I am happy, I'm happy. Because nobody, they are attached to this body. Actually, we are soul. And we are thinking the body is the permanent thing. That's why we are getting attached. So we should get the soul attachment only by chanting. Radhanath Maharaj said, death, we have died so many times. And death is painful. Like 40,000 bichu will bite. Birth also is so tough. We have learned from 3rd canto, from Kapil Dev. But Radhanath Maharaj says, at least this life, please help me, Krishna. Itna to karna Swami, jab pran tan se nikle, Govind naam leke. At least one time, please let me remember your name. So only the chanting can help. We start our life with chanting, and also chanting should come. So Rupa Goswami made 64 angas for bhakti. Then he said, no, 5 angas is enough. That is chanting, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya, Vraja, the Pre-Murtira Shraddhaya Sevaya, Mathura Vas. And so 5 things he got. But then finally he told 1 anga is enough, only chanting is enough. So we can understand all these are finally boiling down. We are doing. Prabhupada said 99% is only chanting and 1% other. But other things cannot be avoided. To get the 99, you must do all other. Mangalarti, you must get up and do it. Then only it will help. We have to go to Tulsi Kalyani. Hey Tulsi Kalyani. You are always Hari Priya. You are always in the lotus feet of Krishna. Please make us remember. Jeto Mara Sharanal ho. Itara Vancha Purna ho. Whoever take the Sharanagati of Tulsi Marani, Tara Vancha Purna. All the spiritual desires get fulfilled. Kripa kori koro tare vrindavana vachi. So we can chant in any mood. Some people like to chant in Yashoda's mood, like Vatsalya Bhav. Some people chant in Sakyaras, Arjun Bhav. Some people like in Dasyaras, Hanuman Bhav. Some people like to chant in Madhurya Bhav, Radha Krishna. So Aindra Prabhu has told, somebody asked Srila Prabhupada, why you are doing Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Under Kumar Sampradaya, they are telling Radha Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Sham, Radhe Radhe. Prabhupada said, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told, Hara is Radharani's name, Hare Krishna is the union. And when separation, then Radharani crying, Krishna is crying, Hare Ram, Ram is Radhika Raman. Ram, Radharani is crying, Hare. Then when they are separating, they are happy, they are going to meet again. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. So if you are in Yashoda mood, you have to chant Hare Krishna, but you can think that Hare is Yashoda. Yashoda Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Yashoda. Rukmini Balram, Rukmini Ram, Ram. Not, you should not change the mantra, but you should have that bhava. Suppose you are Sakyarasa, Sabal Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Sabal, Madhumangal, Ram, Madhumangal. Like that, you can take some Sakya. And if it is Dasyaras, you can do Dasya, Hanuman. Like that, you can think any bhav, but the mantra should not be changed. It's only Hare Krishna mantra. But if you are in Radha Krishna, then Radha Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Sham, Sham Sham, Radhe Radhe. You should keep in the mind. But actually, it's only Hare. And if you're chanting Hare properly, other things will fall place. Because Krishna runs. When somebody says Ra, Krishna is telling, who is telling Ra? Radha means Krishna will come and embrace you. So we should be very careful to start. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Then Hare Hare should come properly and there should be a gap. And when you are telling Hare Krishna, then Krishna Krishna will come. Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. So you make it into 4 parts. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare. You make the habit, do fast, but this breakage should be there. So these are all, the Krishna consciousness works like this. Once one is advancing in Krishna consciousness, his interest for sense enjoyment will reduce proportionately. So only if your interest in sense gratification is reducing, that is the signal that your Krishna consciousness is increasing. Like a cure for the disease means diminishing of temperature. You're having fever. If you're taking medicine, Crocin, fever goes down. Like that, if Mahamantra you're chanting properly, what is the disease? Bhavaroga. Attachment for sense gratification, Indriya Tripti, running behind. I love you. I love you is all I lust you. I love you is only with Krishna. Krishna in the center. Whatever activity we do, we have to do Krishna in the center. So Srila Prabhupada says that instead of 16 rounds, try to make it 64. So like that, there were a lot of letters written to Prabhupada. So he was advising that if somebody is doing 64, it is very good. Haridas Thakur also said, Nirantara Nama Japa. Nectar Division also telling, always chant. And Chaitanya Charitamrita also telling, Nama Sankirtanam Yajna Sarva Papa Pranashanam Samano Dukkha Samanam Tam Namami Harim Param. That means if you are doing Nama Sankirtanam, all the papas, Prarabdha Karma will get burnt. And Samano Dukkha Samanam. Suppose you are doing Vandanam, you are doing obeisances, then all the dukkhas will go. So, dukkha means Janma Mrityu Jara Vidya will go. So, the last verse of the last 12th canto, last verse is Nama Sankirtan Megya. They are telling about Nama Sankirtan. Bhagavad Gita also again is Manma Nama. So, everywhere we can see the holy name has been focused. So, the temples may get destroyed. After 10,000 years, it will get destroyed. But the holy name cannot be destroyed. You can keep chanting. So that's why Srila Prabhupada says, you must never leave chanting. Thank you. I took a little more time. It is 9:42. 9:30 I should not stop. So anyway, I wanted to tell something about Mahaprabhu. Hope you understand. 5 minutes. You can ask any questions. I can tell from whatever we have read. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Kriti Vilas Mataji is there, or Benita Nandarga Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Such a nice energy filled class. And Prabhu, it was very interesting to learn about how Mahaprabhu is actually none other than Jagannath, like you explained from the entire bhajan. And then you went on to talk about the mood of Mahaprabhu and then how Mahaprabhu is a combination of Radha and Krishna and how we chant the Mahamantra. We are actually calling out to Mahaprabhu to help us. And so nicely you Radha Raman and all of that. Thank you so much, Prabhu. This was such an interesting, very, very interesting class. I did have one question. When you were talking Radha Kund Shyamkund, you said they were first calling it as Radha?
No, it was Gori Khet and Kari Khet. Gori means white farm. Khet means farm.
Farm.
So farm. They were farmhouse. It all watery farm. They were putting some grains. They were growing and all. But then Mahaprabhu said there is water inside. It was actually the whole. This was filled with mud and all. So they called it Gori Khet and Kari Khet. He said it's not Gori Kari and all. Gori means it is Radha Kund was taking bath there. Radharani was taking bath. And Gari Khet is black. That is for Shyam Sundar, Shyama Kund. So Radha Kund, Shyama Kund, he made it. He removed all those kacharas and that re-established only by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and the six Goswami. They rebuilt. The Radha Kund, Shyam Kund was covered with all some mud and all.
Beautiful thing. Very, very nice. Thank you so much, Prabhu. This was very nice class. And also, many places in the US, we are celebrating Rath Yatra. So I was just
Rath Yatra and all, even Panihati today, so many are doing now today.
Panihati and Rath Yatra, we do together, Prabhu. So, yeah, thank you so much. And it was a very, very interesting class.
Thank you for the opportunity given me. Let me serve you, because I just thought that Mahaprabhu will be more important because everybody should start loving Mahaprabhu. But without Judi Gaur na hoy to nothing will happen.
Definitely.
So you are all such wonderful devotees. So I get motivated when I come to Bhakti Sangha. It is really a Shuddha Bhakti Sangha. The name has to be changed now.
Nice, Prabhu. Shuddha Bhakti Sangha. This is a nice addition. Yes, Prabhu. Nice. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you.
Yeah, Vinita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Sukhakara Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
What a
Krishna,
beautiful
sorry,
class.
I'm little late. Sorry, you told 9:30. I could not complete. Please excuse me, Mataji.
No problem, Prabhuji. You are so enthusiastic. You want to keep speaking, and when you speak, it is so nice. It will just go into the heart because your enthusiasm get transferred to us, Prabhuji. You are talking very, very nicely about how the chanting is very, very important. Hearing and saying the mantra very clearly, which helps us completely remove our material desire and go to Krishna. So thank you so much, Prabhu. The singing of the song was so beautiful. You have chosen such a nice song because it's, as Priti Mataji said, it's Rath Yatra time and you have chosen the right song. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very grateful to you. Hare Krishna. We open the forum for question and answers or any realizations. Please go ahead. You can raise your hand. We will go with the raise hands. Hare
Mataji,
Krishna.
you are all the motivation. Aap log ko dekh ke I'm getting so much motivation because you're all every day serving so nicely. Really, you are all manjaris only, not from the material world. You have come to save everybody. Shama Gauri Mataji, you and Pritima Mataji and Supriya Mataji, all Indulekha Mataji. I don't know all the names, but all are manjaris. Ashtasakis and manjaris in USA, all the people.
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. We have some raised hands. Sanjeev Prabhu, please go ahead.
Sanjeev Kumar Patro. Jai Jagannath. Namaskar, Dada.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Like, I feel like bad. Namaskar. But I heard, like, I missed the story. I missed the story actually, maybe, sir, like somehow. Like, when you comment on others, right? Like, Shivaji story, like Shiva story, you explain, but I missed more. Because in corporate life, right, we always talk about manager and leads in the back. Because we can't talk in front of them, the bad and all. So we always talk bad on the managers.
No, I told about Chitraketu story. Chitraketu met Sankarshan and he came out and he saw Shiva is having Parvati on his lap and he was embracing her while giving katha. So he thought he can advise. But Shiva is the elevated Vaishnava and all others, they were keeping quiet. So there was no need for him to tell. Choti mu badi baat. That's why Parvati said, I'm cursing you that you will become a demoniac family. And Chitraketu immediately understood, Arey, mera galti ho gaya, I did so bad. So he accepted it, just kept quiet. And Shiva said, why did you shout at him? He's my son, no? He must understand before going back to God, he must understand. So he took it, he became Dhritarashtra and he exemplary died and went away. He went back to God. So that was the story, you missed it.
Yeah. Thank you for the explanation and it is a very nice session. And please send me like any like poetry session by you. Like if any poetry is there by you, like any recordings. Because I always love the poetries.
Like, what do you mean songs, Vaishnav songs?
Yes, by you.
Yeah, I'm going to make some I'm going to make some recordings and all. I'll definitely YouTube. I'll send it to you. I'm going to sing 50 by 50 Vaishnav songs. I'll do it and send you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. Dandavad Pranam, Prabhu. Any other questions?
Anita
Nothing
Mataji,
from my
please
end.
go ahead.
Anita Mataji, I will never forget. She only introduced me to Bhakti Sangha. Mataji, I am indebted to you. Without you, I would have never got Bhakti Sangha.
All
Yes,
glories
Mataji.
to Guru Maharaj and all glories to Bhakti Sangha. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful session. I hope I am audible to you.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much, Prabhuji. That was really a very wonderful session as usual, and more points you just gave today about Mahaprabhu, and I just liked the English version of the song which which Mahaprabhu sang to his Guru Maharaj, Ishwarapuri. I just liked it. So that it was very good. So thank you so much, Prabhuji, for remembering that how to chant Hare Krishna.
But chanting only can save us. Nothing else will save. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you so much for being an inspiration, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you, Anita Mataji. Darshini Mataji, please go ahead with your question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavad Pranam.
Dandavad Pranam. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I really like the point of view mentioning surrender of Prahlad Maharaj. Like,
Yeah,
Prahlad
Mataji.
Maharaj followed all the three things, Jevedoya, Name Ruchi, and Vaishnava Sevan. Everything he followed in his one lifetime. By the age of 5, he already got Krishna. And and also the point that you had made that, sometimes when we start chanting, like, sometimes we have material desires. It's not that we really want it to, come true, but since we still sit for chanting, it just automatically pops up into your mind. But I really like the instruction that you gave through some examples that, we should just continue chanting, and at one point, a point will come where your material desires are gone and, you just want to keep chanting. You chant so that you keep chanting. So thank you so much for that lesson, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Actually, there is one sloka called Akama Sarva Kamava Moksha Kama Udharadi Tivrena Bhakti Yogena Yadeche Purusham Param. So if you have no desire, still Krishna says you come to me. Sarva Kama, if you have all material desires, still you chant. Moksha Kama, you want to go liberation, chant. But don't leave bhakti. Once you do Tivra Bhakti, automatically the liberation and Sarva Kama will go. You will just become Akama. You will become Nishkam, complete. You will never ask for any hetu, ahetuki pratyay. That will come automatically. So we don't have to worry. Krishna will, he is our father, he will slowly remove all those bad habits.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Romba thanks, Prabhuji.
Thanks, Madhu. Welcome, Madhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for wonderful answers. Lalita Mataji, please unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, Mataji. Lata Krishna Mataji. Hare Krishna Mataji. Namaskaram. Vanakkam.
Namaskaram, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I just wanted to know, you said that we need to complete the 16 rounds before 7 o'clock in the morning. But I'm not able to do it. I just do 4 rounds in the morning. I go to work. Then I come back in the evening to complete my 16 rounds. Is that okay, Prabhuji?
Mano, you are a doctor. No, I know you are a very busy lady, so no problem. Actually, what Prabhupada said, if you chant in the morning, then it will be ideal because in the Brahma Murta time, there is no tension, there is no mobile, kiring, there is no TV, no disturbance, children also sleeping. But since you are a family lady, you got children and you have to cook and everything are there, so Prabhupada will understand. But ideally, if you can chant before 7, it will be the best. Then you can add on more. But you just pray to Krishna that you sleep early. What happens in the night? People watch TV. I want to watch the news. I want this. And they waste time in the mobile. WhatsApp, then Twitter, and then Instagram, and then YouTube. Like that, so much time is wasted in that. It is not that people are not having time. There is no time management. With the Maya is telling, thoda dekh lo na, just watch some Twitter. And when the WhatsApp comes 125 message, it will be 1 o'clock to sleep. And we are very interested in sending this person, that person, and see their reply. Oh, wow, very good. So we are interested in our name and fame. That's why I'm not telling you, I'm telling about me. I also waste so much time, but
yeah, it's right, Prabhuji. We have time for everything, but we should find time for Krishna.
the
And
prioritization, if you do know, then Krishna will make it happen. You pray to Krishna, Krishna, please let me finish and go. I'll be very happy. Then you will find in the hospital also, when you go, they will just do everything for you. When you do chanting, no. And one day, one Prabhu, he chanted 14 rounds, Prabhupada disciple. And he said, tomorrow I'll do 2 rounds. Next day morning, at 4:30, Prabhupada is calling him, just come to the room. He was afraid why he's calling. So Prabhupada said, how is your chanting going on? He said, how Prabhupada understood what my chanting. He said, Prabhupada, kar raha hu. Yesterday you finished rounds? No, Prabhupada, 14 only I finished. I knew that you have chanted less, because if you don't do 16 rounds and sleep, by any chance, if any heart attack or any accident, anything happens, Krishna won't hold your hand unless you have chanted your quota round of 16 rounds. So he said, then I cannot help you, Krishna cannot help you, and you may again take birth in somewhere. So that's why Prabhupada said, don't keep pending unless you are in the hospital, unconscious, like then you can do backlog. Otherwise, 16 you should do before 12 o'clock in the midnight. That 16 you should not keep pending even for one day.
that I'll do it, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Before going to bed, I finish my 16 rounds.
But night, what happens? It becomes very, very slow. You know, if after 10 o'clock, then you'll do many rounds wrong. Because you want to sleep, you'll just roll it fast. 16 over, you keep the bag. No. But if you do in the morning, no, that is fresh, Brahma Muhurta time. I'm not forcing you. Ideally, you plan it that way. You pray to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Wonderful.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji, for your questions. Thank you, Prabhuji, for the beautiful answer. We have Sukhasagari Mataji. Please go ahead, Mataji. Yeah. Sukhasagari Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat pranam, Mataji.
Yeah, very beautiful class, Prabhuji. And I also love the way you sing, Prabhu. I've always wanted to let you know. It's very pleasant always to hear to how you sing bhajans with so much bhakti. And also, I do get the feeling that you train musically too. So thank you so much for your kind association, Prabhuji.
No, thank you, Mataji. Actually, my father trained me for 14 years in Carnatic music. I also play violin. But after I started my CA, I left everything. But I know around 50 songs. If you want for Bhakti Sangha, I can do a class for music to learn top 50 songs. You know, if you know, then it'll be very good to know all the Vaishnav songs. So if you need any time, you can let me know. I can have a special class only for Vaishnav song. We can finish, you know, every week one song. So that in 50 weeks, you've completed 50 top songs. With the meaning.
That'll be amazing, Prabhuji. That'll be so nice. Yeah, maybe the organizers can think about it.
Kintu Bangla shikhte hobe. Bangla shikh, because you should learn Bengali, because then only Gauranga will take you to his place. And Bengali is very easy, it's not tough. You say, Tumhara naam kya hai? Tumhara naam ki. It's very, very close. So you can learn Bengali and learn the songs, then you will enjoy it.
Prabhu, actually, she is only our Vaishnav song teacher, Prabhu. She did this course and she's also a Bengali expert, Prabhu. Sukhasagari Mataji.
Good. Sorry. I am not a competition.
No. I mean, I don't know Bengali or anything. I just try something, Prabhuji. But yeah, the way you sing is really amazing, Prabhuji. Very inspiring. Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mother. Thanks for all your blessings, because I am just a servant to serve all of you.
Oh no, Prabhu, we need all your blessings. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah,
thank you, Prabhuji.
Sagri Mataji, that you're an amazing singer, Prabhu. So melodious, and the way you sing is very Shruti Suttam and very nice.
I really love the songs, Mataji. Because if you tell me I can sing for 2-3 hours, keep on singing. Because through song, you can really realize Krishna, Mataji. Some songs are so good. The Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu is so good. If you sing 100 times, still you like it. Daya karo Sitapati Advaita Gosa Tava Kripa Bale Pai Chaitanya Nitai. Again the last. दया करो श्री आचार्य प्रभु श्रीनिवासा रामचंद्र संगा मागे Naruto Modasa. All these songs are so good. Tears will come from your eyes automatically.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mataji, for the opportunity. And let me serve you, all of you, nicely so that Guru and Gauranga will be happy. Nothing else. Not for name and fame.
Krishnai Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhu. Another time,
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Koti Koti Pranam to your lotus feet. Every time, Prabhu, whenever you always sing such a kirtan, whether it's a Gold Lila or Krishna Lila songs, and you always talk about the chanting for chanting, and also you said that one of the lady that she was chanting and she also the material benefit, and then she chanted for chanting. So thank you, Prabhuji, that we also, so that the chanting is both, whether it's a material or whether it's a devotional. So thank you for encouraging us, and thank you always sing the Gauranga song on Krishna Lila song. Dandavat Koti Koti Pranam until lotus feet.
You also ask very good question. Every day I see Krishna, Krishna. I like the name also, and you ask good questions. So keep doing chanting. Chanting can only help. Nothing will help other than chanting. If somebody is doing only chanting 24 hours, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Chaitanya, everything is already there in their heart. Because our Atma is...
Prabhuji bless me for this so that I can get initiated by the ISKCON.
Definitely my blessings. Radha Krishna and Matirastu. I'll pray for you, Mataji, for fast initiation.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji, for your realizations. Darshini Mataji, please go ahead. I think you have another question. You have raised your hand for the second time.
Yes, Mataji, I forgot to ask the question. I'm so sorry. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So sorry,
Hare Krishna,
Prabhuji.
Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
Again. Prabhuji,
Oh, not at all.
You mentioned in the class that we should not wait till we get the full enlightenment before we start preaching. We hear a little and we go and share. But I was listening to His Holiness Kadamba Kannan Swami Maharaj's one clip in Maharaj, and Maharaj said that you can give Krishna to others only to the extent that he's present in your heart. But I always have this feeling that Krishna has not manifested in my heart still. So if I go and share something to someone also, it will be only some intellectual knowledge, and I may not be able to inspire them to chant more. So what should I do?
No, what Srila Prabhupada meant was, see, suppose there are some people who don't know to read and write, but they are hearing little katha. So they go and say, ek acha katha hai, bhakti sangha mein aa jaiye. That is also preaching. It is not that you have to go and tell whatever I spoke, wo aapko bolne ka zarurat nahi hai. Jare dekhe tare kohe Krishna upadesh. Whatever you learn, only 2 lines, go and tell, ye 2 line acha laga. Aise when you keep chanting, automatically the material desires कम हो जाएगा, इसलिए chanting बढ़ाओ तो automatically वो घट जाएगा. When you get a higher taste, the lower taste will go up. When you get 100 crores, that material desires are like 1,000 rupees. You just throw it away. The 1,100 crores have come. So the preaching means what Maharaj has told is that bhav should come, then you can preach. But what Prabhupada has told, jitna bhi sikha, even if you go and tell, come to Bhakti Sangha, acha prasad milega. That's also preaching. Oh, Vritakande Mati ne very good to know. Bhelpuri bahut badhiya banaya. That's also preaching. You can tell anything about Krishna. You just tell that come for the 450, 550. Kitna badhiya, अच्छे log aate hain. Very good Radhanath Maharaj disciple. And evening very good devotees comes and it's superb. Raat ko अच्छा नींद आएगा after you hear Chaitanya Bhagavat. It's a tonic for the sleeping. Like that, you can tell something. कुछ भी भगवान के बारे में बुलाओ. There is no restriction. It's not that you should completely be self-realized and then preach. तो कोई preach ही नहीं कर पाएगा. You cannot take Bhagavatam class, but you can always tell little. One story I learned, I liked it. ऐसे करके. That's all.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Dandavat Pranam, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Amat. Dana Pranam Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you
Hare
so
Krishna,
much.
Prabhuji. Hare Krishna,
Shamagauri
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Pranam, Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Shyamagori Mataji. You are our
Hare
great mother.
Krishna, Prabhu ki jai. Very
Shyamagori
beautiful
Mataji
class.
ki jai.
Very beautiful class, Prabhuji. Very nice, beautiful singing and so much enthusiasm. It's
All
late
your
in the
blessings,
night
Mataji.
for you, right? Late in the night.
No.
Still
Now
you
it
are,
is 10 o'clock. No problem.
yeah,
Mataji.
10 o'clock. Yes. Still you are giving class. Very nice, Prabhu. And we learn so much from you. And basically your enthusiasm is, you are always enthusiastic to listen to the class and taking notes and asking questions. So nice, so much inspiring, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
आप लोग को देख के इंस्पायर हो रहा है Mataji. You're all such wonderful devotees, organizers. I feel so happy that I become part of your family member, Mataji. मुझे कभी टुकरावना नहीं. टुकरावो ना मुझे अब, टुकरावो ना मुझे अब. One song is that Krishna song, you know.
Yes, Prabhuji, you have song for everything.
ये प्रभु मुझे बता दो, ये प्रभु मुझे बता दो, चरणों में कैसे आऊं, माया के बंधनों से, माया के बंधनों से छुटकार कैसे पाऊं, ये कृष्णा मुझे बता दो, हे राधा मुझे बता दो. If I sing more, you will get delay. So I can sing the song. I love Krishna's song so much, Mataji. अच्छा हूँ या बुरा हूँ, जैसा भी हूँ तुम्हारा, अच्छा हूँ या बुरा हूँ, जैसा भी हूँ तुम्हारा, टुकरावो ना मुझे अब, टुकरावो ना मुझे अब, चरणों में कैसे आऊं, ये कृष्णा मुझे बता दो, ये राधा मुझे बता दो. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. थैंक यू माता जी. मैं आपको बहुत देर कर रहा हूँ. आई रियली लव सिंगिंग सॉन्ग्स. Only Krishna songs.
Thank you, Prabhu. Beautiful singing.
Thank you,
Very
Prabhuji. Very, very nice singing, Prabhu, and very beautiful class. Nice question and answer session. Very grateful to you, Prabhuji. Perfect, perfect person for for this series, Prabhuji. Your love singing, and this is a wonderful series of songs, and you have got an opportunity to do one class. I was so happy for you.
Thank you, Madhuri. Thank you for all your cooperation. You are all such wonderful souls. I can never get. मैं बहुत पुण्य किया इसलिए मैं आपका संग में आया. I thank each one of you. Shyam Gauri Mata ji and
Same here,
Preeti
Prabhuji.
Vilasi
We
Mata
are
ji
also
and
very fortunate
Vinita
to
Gandharita
have
Mata
your
ji.
sweet association in this call. We are all very fortunate, Prabhuji, to have you in this call. We are very grateful to you once again. And if there are no more questions and realizations, we can close the call here. I would like to offer my obeisances to you and all the Vaishnavas assembled on the call. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyevacha patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti
Vaishnav ki jai. Srila
Srila
Prabhupada ki jai.
Prabhupada ki jai. Sukha
Prabhupada
Krishna
ki jai.
Prabhuji ki jai.
Bhakti Sangha devotee ki
Sukha
jai.
Krishna Prabhuji ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Jai. Gauranga Nityananda.
Gauranga Nityananda
Nityananda.
Gauranga
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 Nityananda.
Nityananda. Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam.
Radhe
सबको मिले वृंदावन
Shyam.
धाम. गोवर्धन गिरिलाल की जय हो, गोवर्धन गिरिलाल
जय
की जय हो।
हो।
Thank you so much for
Thank you,
giving me
प्रभु जी।
blessings. Keep me in your prayers. मेरे लिए प्रार्थना करना, मेरा गले में भी बहुत खांसी हो रहा है. Just give me your prayers and blessings so that I can serve better. Thank you, Mataji, all of you. मुझे आशीर्वाद दीजिए सब लोग.